Hey guys, welcome to the 41st video of the playlist on how to use SolidWorks for beginners. For those who are new to the channel, the link of the playlist is given in the description box below, or you can simply click on the I button which is present on the right top corner of your screen. In the previous video, we have already understood the linear pattern feature, and in this video we will be understanding the circular pattern feature. When we did sketch commands, over there we had circular sketch pattern, but when we deal with 3D models, we have the circular pattern feature here. Okay, so let us click on the circular pattern feature. Now the first thing that you have to do is to select any feature or a face that you want a circular pattern of. So here I am going to select this particular feature because I want a circular pattern of this cylinder which is present here. Okay. Now the second thing that you must do is to choose the direction one. Okay, so in which direction do you want to have a circular pattern? So for example, I am going to select this particular plane. See, can you see? As soon as I selected this particular plane, then a direction vector which is normal to this particular plane has appeared. Okay, can you see this arrow, small arrow? This small arrow will be acting like an axis of revolution about which all the cylinders will be formed. In our case, it is cylinders. If there is some other shape, then the other shape will be formed about this particular direction. This direction is going to act like an axis of revolution. Okay. Now after this thing is done, guys, here there are two options available: instance spacing and equal spacing. So first of all, let us select instance spacing. And in instance spacing, it is asking us how much should be the angle between two instances. So here let us define the angle to be, let's say, 20 degree. Okay. And in the second option, it is asking us how many instances do you want. So let us choose 6 instances. So can you see here I am getting 6 instances and the spacing between them is 20 degree. Now in the second option, what happens is that if you select equal spacing, then you just have to define the total angle. Okay, so here the total angle is 360 degree. Therefore, about 360 degree, the 6 instances are equally spaced. You do not have to mention the space between two instances. You have to mention the complete angle. So can you see, guys, a circle is being formed here. See, a circle is being formed, and we all know that a circle has somewhat an angle like a 360 degree. Okay, if you want a circle, then you have to draw an arc of 360 degree. So we have mentioned 360 degree, and automatically the instances have adjusted themselves in such a way that the distance between two instances is equal after every instance. See, the distance between these two instances is equal. The distance between both of them is also equal. The distance between both of them is also equal. So the basic difference between instance spacing and equal spacing is that in instance spacing, we define the angle between two instances, and in equal spacing, we define the total angle, and as we define the total angle, according to our total angle, the instances will occupy the spaces equally. Okay, they will distribute themselves equally. Clear? Now after this, guys, let me choose instance spacing here. Okay, now here you can choose equal spacing as well, and you can even select direction 2. It is nothing rule that you have to choose instance spacing, then you can only select direction 2. No, you can select direction 2 with instance spacing as well as equal spacing. So I have selected instance spacing, and now I will click on direction 2. See, now as soon as I click on direction 2, the first option is that how many whether you want instance spacing or whether you want equal spacing. So here let us select instance spacing. If you want, you can select equal spacing as well. Okay, so in instance spacing, if you want to define any angle, let's make it 30 degree, and let's make the number of instances to be 3. See, can you see? Earlier we were having instances in this particular direction, that is nothing but the anti-clockwise direction, and now in the direction 2 we are having instances in the clockwise direction. Clear? Now suppose if you want the pattern to follow same like the earlier one, suppose if you want the same pattern in this direction as well. See, you want the same pattern in this direction which is present in this particular direction. Then what you will do, you will just simply click on symmetric. See, after you click on symmetric, then the same pattern will get traced on the other direction as well. Can you see, guys? Okay, now after this thing is done, let us now move on. Here there are two options available, whether you want to select features and faces. So here we have selected a feature, that the feature of the cylinder, or if you want you can even select faces if you want. Okay, it depends on your requirement. So here we want this complete cylinder to get a circular pattern, therefore we have selected this feature. Okay, so if you want faces, you can click here and you can select any particular face. Now after this thing is done, guys, now let us click on OK. See, can you see? You are now getting a circular pattern. Clear with this? Now I would like to highlight one more thing here. Suppose if I right click on it and click on edit feature. Now here, suppose if I now change the direction 1. Suppose if I delete this direction and I deselect this direction 2. I am deselecting direction 2 so that you all be able to observe the changes very easily. Okay, therefore I am just changing the direction 2. Now here what I will do is that instead of selecting this particular plane, now I am going to select this edge, any edge. Okay, suppose if I select this particular edge. So can you see? I have selected this edge, and now this edge is going to act like an axis of revolution. Clear? And about this axis of revolution, I am going to get the feature that I want to pattern. Suppose if I click on equal spacing 360 degree and number of instances, let's make it 20. See, can you see? See, this edge that we have selected is acting like an axis of revolution, and about this axis all the patterns are going to get formed. Now guys, suppose instead of 20 instances, let's make it 6. Now guys, if I click on OK, SolidWorks will give me an error. If you want to see, let me show you. See, if I click on OK, SolidWorks is giving me an error. Why it is giving me an error? So let us right click on it and now click on edit feature. The problem here is that, guys, the circular pattern objects that we are getting, this 3D object, this 3D object, this 3D object, or any 3D object that we are getting, see, all of them are present in here. They are not joined to an earlier existing 3D model. Okay, since they are not joined to an earlier existing 3D model, therefore SolidWorks will not do the pattern of such 3D objects, and it will give us an error. But suppose guys, if instead of 6 instances, suppose if I enter 20 instances, see, now what is happening is that the first cylinder that is getting patterned is touching the earlier 3D model, then it is possible to do this cylinder, and if this cylinder is possible, then you can do the next one as well. So here you can see that basically what is happening is that the cylinders are connected to each other, and the starting point is connected to an earlier existing 3D model. Clear? So now if I click on OK, SolidWorks will not give us an error. Can you see? Okay. Now similarly, if I click on edit feature, now instead of selecting this particular edge, I could have selected this particular plane as well. There is no issue in that. Okay. Now here you have the option of instances to skip. Suppose if you don't want any particular instance, then you can skip that instance as well. Suppose if I click on instances to skip, and if I skip this particular instance, see, can you see? Now this particular instance is getting skipped. Okay. But guys, now tell me whether SolidWorks will give us an error or not. SolidWorks will surely give us an error, because after this cylinder, then the next cylinder is not connected to it, or it is not even connected to an earlier existing 3D model. Therefore, this will not be seen as a 3D model. If I click on OK, you will observe that these cylinders will not be present. See, okay, these two cylinders. Whether this cylinder will be present or not, yes, this cylinder will be present, because see, this cylinder is connected to the earlier 3D model, then and it is forming one chain. See, all of them are connected to each other up till here. Only these two cylinders are not connected either to a circular pattern, or they are not even connected to any 3D model. Okay, and if they are connected to a circular pattern, then make sure that the circular pattern is touching the 3D model at any time. Okay, it is touching somewhere, then only it is valid. Okay, now if I click on OK, see, can you see these two cylinders are not patterned? Clear? Now here, and can you see, and a warning is also given by SolidWorks. So make sure be careful while doing these things. Okay, now if you click on edit feature, now if suppose if I deselect this option, features and faces, okay, let's clear sections. Or rather, what we'll do is that we will right click on it and I will delete this completely. I don't want this. Okay, now what I will do is that, guys, I will again go to circular pattern, and in this let's choose the direction want to be this particular direction itself. Or by the, see what happened over here is that a feature got selected. Why? Because I had not selected on this box. So let us delete this. See, make sure you click on this box and then you select a direction. Suppose if I select this direction now, see, can you see? Now the direction is getting selected. And instead of selecting the features or faces, what I will do is that now I will select bodies. Now in bodies, this cylinder and this hexagon that you can see is one single complete body. Therefore, what will happen is that this complete body will get circular pattern. See, can you see? A complete body is getting circular pattern. Here, a complete mesh is being done here. See here, I suppose if I change the instances, you might be able to observe them carefully. Let's make it 360, or whether we will change the equal spacing, make it 360, and can you see? Now we are getting 3 instances of the complete body, and you cannot observe the instances of the hexagon because it is meshing in the earlier existing 3D model. Okay, suppose if I change the angle to, let's make it 240 degree, still it is not visible. Let's make it 270 degree. See, now can you see? Now can you see the 3 instances of the hexagon as well? Clear? Okay, so guys, I hope that things are clear up till here. Now here, let me deselect this option, bodies, and in the features and faces, I am going to select this particular cylinder as we have done earlier. Okay. Now guys, here, suppose if you select this propagate virtual properties, then what will happen? We will see that. Okay, let me cancel this. Now what I will do is that, for example, suppose if I give a color to this, so if I go on edit appearance, and suppose if I give a cyan color to it, click on OK. Now what I will do is that I will go to circular pattern again. In the features and faces, I am going to select this, and the direction that I want is this particular direction. Now here I have selected propagate virtual properties. So since I have selected propagate virtual properties, what will happen is that the cylinders that I will get will also have a cyan color. See, if I click on OK, can you see? They are having a cyan color. But suppose if I edit feature, and suppose if I deselect the propagate virtual properties, now if I click on OK, see, now they are not having a cyan color. Okay. So guys, I hope that you have understood how to make use of the circular pattern feature. And guys, if you like this video, then please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and guys, go check out other videos on my channel. They might be helpful for you. And guys, thank you for watching this particular video.